This is Jonathan Agger here for Pro Boxing Fans. It's fight week, Avanesyan against Metz this Saturday night in Wembley. Frank, we haven't got much time, but let's talk about David Avanesyan. As confident as you like, are you expecting a spiteful performance from him?
Yeah, I mean, look, this is a guy. He's going in as a favourite for a change. His last few fights, he's gone in as an underdog, and he's upset everybody. So this time he's favourite. He's fighting a guy 15-0. Who a lot of people think is going to be a fairly easy night for him. We'll see about that. We struggled to make a fight for him. We really have struggled to get someone for him. He's the guy that everybody seems to want to avoid. But to be fair to Oskari, he stepped up and he fancies it.
What's your pick from the undercard?
I just think there's some good fights on the undercard. I mean, obviously I like Hamza's fight. I think that him and Jez, now Hamza moving up to middleweight. He struggled for the last few fights making the weight, so now he's at a more comfortable weight. He's still a big middleweight. He looks like a light heavy, the size of him. And Jez came out with something which is quite true. You know, we know he's a fighting man, but he's had a proper camp to prepare for this fight, and he says he fancies the fight, having seen Hamza's last performance. One thing for sure, you know, Jez comes to fight, so I think we can get an exciting fight there. Mark Chamberlain's in a really good fight with Oskari. I think that's a good one. You've got Dennis McCann in with Tondo. Excellent fight. We've got young Royston making his debut, which I'm really looking forward to. Young amateur, 50 amateur fights, 145, double European champion, 18 years of age. Is he following in the footsteps of Ricky Hatton, Amir Khan, and the great Nassim Hamid at that age? We will see in time, but he looks the business. And then you look over there and you've got Sam Noakes and Finiello. Another really good quality fight, and who knows, down the road we might get Sam in with Mark for a big domestic bust-up, provided they both come through their fights.
Two quick ones, because I know we're in a rush. Fury Whyte, we had the press conference last week. What's your understanding of what Dillian Whyte has to do on fight week in terms of media obligations? Do you expect it to happen?
He has to do what he's contractually bound to do, which is fulfil his media requirements. That's what he's getting paid for. That's what we paid for, and I expect him to do that and more. You know, he owes us for not showing up at the launch.
And just finally, there's rumours that Joshua-Joyce could step in if, obviously, the unfortunate situation with Alexander Usyk in Ukraine and Joyce stepping in to face Anthony Joshua. Realistically, though, is that possible to be made?
That's a great opportunity, that fight, for AJ. He can fight a guy who's ranked #1. And if he wins, he takes that one spot, because he's ranked behind him.
Would it work sort of in terms of promotional and TV networks?
Get round the table and make it happen.
All right, well, Frank, appreciate your time.